are these people?
I think the other thing to look at is that some people like to kind of put Tucker on a pedestal because they feel like because we got away from watching like liberal media that somebody else or establishment media that like Tucker Carlson somehow like some savior or like some like different sort of like person coming out from the establishment and he doesn't represent those same values. But I think he also has like an interest in interviewing these. Yeah, and I think he also has an interest in kind of interviewing this character in a certain way, and whether that's misogyny or that like, you know, Tucker's a piece of shit for his own reasons. Like, I don't know. I just think that it's interesting kind of how he glosses over some of Andrew Tate's freaking horrific alleged crimes, you know?
And we'll see a little bit of that soon.
Yeah, we'll see a little bit. Did you just want to play it from the beginning?
Yeah, I'm trying to like, get to the point where like, he actually interviews him.
Yeah, okay.
Let me reload this. A quick refresh did nobody wrong.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson.
Hey, Tucker, how you doing?
Happening. Noticing it is forbidden, but that does not make it any less real. So it's probably not surprising that Andrew Tate was the most Googled man in the world last year. He offers a different vision. Tate is a former professional kickboxer.
I feel like the Matrix grift is like part of like his defense of like trying to get out of. I feel like if he gets a public framing in like a certain way, then he can potentially get out of prison time.
It's like so like the Matrix thing is like the MAGA communism thing. It's just a fucking thing to throw out
exactly
there.
what it is. It's like a made up thing.
It's just a made up thing just to throw people off the course.
It's terminally online bullshit. That's what it is. Like that's what.
Well, it's a. I mean, yes, it is kind of a terminally online thing that I admit, but at the same time, is like a reactionary thing when people don't have like theory or a reason behind their thing, and they just want to like be mad at something. They just make something up to be mad at, or make something up that's a problem that's like not really a problem, and like Andrew Tate's one of those characters, just like creates problems. Anyway, I guess we keep playing.
Tate ago began posting advice to young men on social media. Tate's view is that men want respect above all. It's how they're wired. In order to get respect, men must be.
You have to physically beat them and force them to do OnlyFans, then steal their money.
Worthy of it. They must become more impressive. Wake up early, work as hard as you can, stay sober, find God, keep yourself physically fit. Don't complain. That's his worldview. Earlier generations,
he's kind of putting him on a pedestal, man. He's kind of putting him on.
No, like I don't think he knows too much. I think Tucker got blinded.
You think he got blinded? You're giving him the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Well, listen, we have to understand, like, and I think he admits that, like, Andrew Tate, like, inherently is not political. It's not really political. It's made political by bad actors, but what he's doing ultimately is mostly about like a sexism battle. That's like mostly about like toxic masculinity.
I don't know. Maybe it's just the child trafficking or the trafficking thing that like he just has his blinders on. I would think.
No, I mean he is a human trafficker, and that's really where like where the shock comes from here. I mean, like it's where the evidence, when you actually look into the actual document itself and the evidence, it's pretty clear where his crimes are. But like we'll see.
Parts of Tate's message inspiring. Now it's seen as a threat. The media treated him like a criminal up until the day he was officially classified as one. Just after Christmas last year, Tate and his brother Tristan were arrested and thrown into prison in Romania, where they live. The Tates were held without charges for 3 months, very likely with the encouragement of the British and American governments. In June, they were charged with human trafficking. They're now under house arrest until their trial. The Tates guilty of human trafficking. Lawyers, but it's worth noting that as of today, not a single woman has come forward to say that she was kidnapped or imprisoned or moved across international borders against her will by Andrew or Tristan Tate.
I just want to say thank you, Nicole.
Yeah, thank you.
For the 10. You're very nice. Appreciate it.
It's also true that in some ways, the charges against the Tates seem inevitable, like they were always going to happen. Accusing a man of a sex crime is the fastest possible way to discredit what he's saying. Days after WikiLeaks revealed that the U.S. government has been spying on its allies.
Like, that is too much.
I just have to say that's Tucker Carlson kind of
that pissed me off.
Showing his whole ass a little bit there. Like I think he's kind of like a little bit of a misogynist. I think people give him a little bit too much credit, and sometimes he kind of like shows himself in these ways. Like I know he gets away with speaking his mind and having his own opinion on things, but by virtue of him getting away with having his own opinions, you kind of see him kind of exposing himself at times and stuff like this. It's like, damn, dude. Yeah, I wouldn't put him in the same camp. Like that's not no, I think like first of all, like if you look at Tucker's history, like I don't know Assange's history, but I know his history. He freaking got like with
No,
Schwann
Assange. The whole thing is fake. The whole thing against Assange is fake, and that's that's fake because they couldn't even come up with enough evidence to charge him with that. So they charge him with espionage because they can't get him with the rape thing.
Let's think about who else that we know who they've tried to like pin crimes on about freaking like sexual activity that ends up being
like
nothing.
we have
there's a theme of them
Tate defenders
pinning that on people.
But like it's okay. We're trying to be open minded here. We're not coming in here with like any sort of like, we're gonna present evidence, but we just want to see, we're just show you where this came from.
Lying about it since
full life.
Not accused of
that girls do make TikTok videos.
Their prosecutors dropped the case against Assange for lack of evidence, though somehow that fact was not as widely covered. Is that what's happening here? Again, we don't know. Jeffrey Epstein's dinner partners insist that Andrew Tate is a pervert and a criminal. Maybe they're telling the truth. Either way, we think Tate's views about men very much deserve a hearing. So we flew to Romania to talk to him. We're posting the entire interview here on Twitter because we've been assured it will not be taken down for ideological reasons, as so much of his content has been. The video is long, but if you can, take the time to watch it. Make up your own mind about Andrew Tate. Here it is.
We're just going to watch
So what are you charged with?
That's a really good question. I'm charged with being the head of an organized criminal group, which is in charge of recruiting girls to make TikTok videos to steal the money from the TikTok views.
Recruiting girls to make TikTok videos and stealing the money. So it's really a financial crime?
It looks that way, and it's very interesting because the girls who they've identified to add to the file are saying that we're not victims of anything, and this isn't true. But the state believes it's true, and the state thinks that I, as a 35-year-old man, woke up. I was already extremely financially successful. I was already a father. I was already very well known. I had no financial motivation. I had no criminal record. It's not my personality profile, but I woke up at the age of 35 and decided to make girls do TikTok to enrich myself pennies that I would earn from TikTok views.
So in the United States, I think the belief is that you were charged with human trafficking.
Yeah, that's human trafficking because what you do is you force a girl to work against her will for financial gain. That's human trafficking. And their justification for this is that girls do TikTok. Some girls I know who they found who say they're not victims have TikTok accounts.
How do you force someone to do TikTok videos?
I guess the prosecutor's going to have to explain that, isn't he? It's a very interesting scenario I'm in. And I'm inside of Romania, so I have to show a degree of respect to the Romanian judicial system. And I have to show a degree of respect to the situation I'm in. But the overall charge is that there's an organized criminal group. There's a group of us. I'm the head of it. My brother is below me. And we use the lover boy method to convince women to do TikTok videos to make money so that we can steal the TikTok money.
Okay, so first off, like, let's just before we get into the nuts and bolts, by his own admission, he's saying that what he does is he courts women, gets them to fall in love with him, and then he makes them perform in front of cameras for money. That sounds like fucking prostitution for me. Now, if he's like hiring these people and getting them to come in from out of country, like that's like also freaking.
That sounds like trafficking, doesn't it?
That sounds like fucking trafficking to me. So like, he said that shit. He said that shit. Now the thing that like Tucker doesn't push him back on is like he tries to play it off like it's not actually trafficking, like it's not actually a problem. Like, oh well, like they're still getting money, so technically it's okay. Like, no, like we'll show you, but there's a difference between giving somebody a job and making them your de facto slave. So like he was clearly like prostituting these women hardcore. And
he says it out loud. Like this is like
it's funny. It's too bad that like Tucker Carlson was probably like, I get 2 hours out of this video, so I'm just gonna like pretend he didn't say these terrible things. But it's a shame that he didn't push him back on this stuff because it like
he says it out loud. He says it out loud.
What are you charged with?
That's a really good question. I'm charged with being the head of an organized criminal group, which is in charge of recruiting girls to make TikTok videos.
They face charges which include human trafficking, rape, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit them.
OnlyFans is the best hustle in the world.
Are they accusing you of using violence or?
No. They're accusing me of using the lover boy method, coercing them by being nice. I don't mention webcam until after I've had sex with the girl. If you're on dates and you're trying to mention it and shit, it just doesn't work. It puts them off. I'd never do that. That's disgusting. I'm not a whore. It's just not.
Really quick. Normal people would call this fucking shit grooming, okay? Normal people call this fucking grooming.
It sounds like grooming.
This is grooming behavior, but with freaking adults. So just because it's with adults doesn't make that it's like okay. Like this is still freaking manipulative behavior. This is still freaking like behavior, coercive behavior, I guess is a good word for it. So we can consider. Anyway, and he has a whole class on this shit. That's just crazy.
Gonna work. You continue as normal, no mention of webcam. You fuck the girl. After you fuck the girl, you do the PhD test.
So yeah, on corporative.com I have my PhD program, and that is PhD is pimp and hose degree. Get 'em.
Clever.
And that teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me.
And you're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So you'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen, come and let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear from a girl. And this is where your bottom bitch has to be trained. So I said it's so important to have a good first girl.
Because that's what I did. That was my MO, was find girls, make them love me, and make them work for me.
This girl's like, okay,
It
well, I'll
sounds like
try it.
prostitution.
But both
Yes,
girls are
exactly.
working
That's
together
exactly what
the
it
first
is.
day.
Prostitution
So the
is.
new girl can sit there and just sit with the other girl.
If
and
you're
get
going
drunk.
out,
Go
it's
bottle of
fine.
vodka.
First night that I worked for him, Andrew bought me like 5 bottles of wine. So I got completely drunk because I'd never done webcam work. So I was very, very nervous.
And that's how I got rich. So that teaches everything I know from start to finish about not only getting girls, not only obtaining them, but retaining them. Because that's a completely different game as well.
And over time, I just built up this big little empire of webcam girls. At one point,
Totally
I had
not
4
pimping.
locations, 75 girls working for me. I'd take around half of the money, around 50%.
You take 50%.
Around 50%.
They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity is because of taxes.
He would just pay me a flat fee of £15 an hour.
We got to the point where we had these guys falling in love with my models, serious, big time in love, right? Sending crazy money. And they were convinced they were going to meet the chick. This is almost where I kind of felt bad. Because they're like, can we meet? I'll send you $200,000.
But when you look at the money that I was actually bringing in, it just doesn't even scratch the surface.
I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all.
I was all about trying to get paid. Like I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money. That's what I wanted.
That's the definition of a con man.
Were there any other
What else do you need from that?
That's the
Oh, yeah, to
definition
me.
of a
Give me
con
all.
man.
I was all
He
about
says it out. This is the most like incriminating person I've ever heard in
He's
my
so
life.
fucking cocky.
If you can put together a compilation of this guy saying exactly what he did, and I think you can probably get put in jail.
Trying to get paid. Like I used sex as a tool to make women love me so they'd obey me and live in my house and make me money. That's what I wanted. So I was a pimp in that sense.
Were there any other instances where there was physical abuse?
I saw him smack girls with a belt.
Some ideas? You want some ideas? That's right, lock the door, you knew I was going to beat the out of you. If you behaved, I wouldn't have to hit you, would I? You don't. Get out. You can't stay in there forever.
Once again, this is an IQ test, right? Because any guy who's bad with women would look at it and go, takes a woman beater.
I say it. Look at the camera. This is what happens. You don't listen. Look at the camera. Why are you getting hit? Why are you getting beaten? You don't listen.
No
You.
physical
What
violence.
does I say?
Any man who's actually a G, who's been around a little bit, would look at the video and go, man, she looked.
This is a pimp. He's a
The
pimp.
media machine, they'd call up ex-girlfriends and say, if you have anything bad to say about Andrew, we can pay you $50,000 for the story. And they tried very hard. They didn't find any evidence of anything.
And I had gone to the shower, I came back and I noticed I saw him raping her. And
People say, why did you in Romania? And I explain my 5 reasons. One of them is the Me Too era. They go, oh, but you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a fucking rapist. But I like the idea of being able to just say, to do what I want. I like being free.
And of course, they don't go out. They're not allowed out. You stay in the house.
Because I'm not particularly.
Yeah, that sounds like imprisonment.
What
to
would
me.
you say? Impressed
sounds
by
like it's
what
slave
he's
shit.
done on the sex business front. It
Let's
seems to me
pause
a
it
bit
for a
on
second. Okay, if Jordan Peterson is giving you fucking issues on your shit,
Yeah, it's done, man.
if Jordan Peterson is like, listen, your opinions are a little problematic, like you've got, come on, where's the bar? This is crazy to me. Like he's trying to be the most polite person possible about calling him a piece of shit. Like listen to him. It's so fucking sad. Jordan Peterson of all people.
They go, oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a fucking rapist. But I like the idea of being able to just say to
what he's done.
The house.
Because I'm not particularly, what would you say, impressed by what he's done.
He's watching his words so carefully because he
trying to be so polite because it's that
they
Tate
share a
party,
lot
man.
of the same audience.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's
And
unfortunate.
on
To publicly denounce him. Thank you again, Nicole.
Thank you again,
This is why
Nicole. It's so
Nicole's
nice of you.
I've heard you're very nice, Nicole. God bless you.
Appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Another $10 from Nicole. It's so hard to listen to Andre. He's a pimp con. Andrew, he's a pimp con. Yet he afforded free speech as he should. Yeah, I think so too. I think everyone should be afforded free speech. I think everyone should, and I think, but like if you really look into the evidence, I mean, like this. So with this channel, like Milk Bar TV, they sent to FOIA, and they actually got the court document of like the affidavit of like what he's being charged with, and if like we're not like saying that like all of this is true, like we can't like back it up with evidence, but if like the remaining is saying this.
Here's my opinion on it, and it's kind of like one of the
things if you can put together a compilation of all this, if you have an affidavit by the remaining court and he's being charged with this, and this, and then you put together a compilation of him, like saying this exactly what's in the affidavit over and over again.
So,
like, what can you expect?
My thing is that as I've gotten older, I've learned to trust my instincts. And when I saw Tate for the first time, I was like, wow, this guy seems like a piece of shit. Like I'm not like why I don't know what people see in him. And then people vibe out to him, and then stuff starts trickling out. It's like, oh look, turns out he's a total pice of shit. What a surprise! So like, guys, like turn on your shit sensors. If some of you are like,
I think
Tate
like
for a minute,
here.
like
I
don't know how.
In a second, but
sex business front. It seems to be a bit on the pimpy side, let's say.
I get called a pimp a lot, but and the reason I use the term is because I don't see it as a negative term. I see it as positively inspirational and motivating person.
She has to respect you and love you and want to work with you, and that's done through positively inspirational and motivating person.
I'm gonna send you a book.
Dude.
It's a guy called Pimpin' Ken, who was a street pimp in the 90s, and he wrote a book,
God,
50 Laws of the Game. And one of the laws of the game is a hoe without instruction is headed for destruction.
They're accusing me of using the lover boy method, coercing them by being nice.
Let me read you then what you have said about what you have done.
Sure.
You have said, my job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, get her to fall in love with me to the point where she'd do anything I say, and then get her on webcam so we could become rich together.
I don't think that's what I personally said. I think
that's exactly what you said on your website.
No, I've never said that.
So yeah, I'll perfectly my PhD program.
I think the belief is that you were charged with human trafficking.
Yeah, that's human trafficking, because what you do is you force a girl to work against her will for financial gain. That's human trafficking. And their justification for this is that girls do TikTok. Some girls I know who they found who say they're not victims have TikTok accounts.
PhD
what
is
a terrible person.
Clever.
I can't.
I'm convinced.
I can't say it on YouTube.
What
I
can't
don't
you
have
say?
enough. I don't have enough terrible things to say about this person. It's such a shame that.
Well, I am actually convinced that he is placed here on purpose, and I actually think that Andrew Tate is an asset. You want to know why? Because he says multiple times that his dad is CIA.
If someone messaged me who was because my father was in the CIA, he held the CIA record for the fastest assimilation of a foreign language. My father learned Russian within 2.5 weeks from zero. If someone messaged me who was because my father was in
There's multiple videos of this. But
we're just saying like CIA shit, just like alleging CIA shit.
No. He said there's I can find at least 2 videos of him saying my father was in the CIA, and he would like.
I mean, here's the thing: is it would not be
bullshitting.
Here's what I will give the CIA as it stands right now, in my understanding of how the CIA uses women in prostitution to fulfill their agenda, is that it wouldn't surprise me if they got compromised at some point. They're like, "Hey, you're going to keep doing this now," and like that's his connection to the intelligence, just like the same shit with Epstein, same shit with all these guys. He's just another cog in that, and I think that's part like maybe that's a reason now to kind of talk about Andrew Tate, because he really kind of is like an Epstein in another way. He's
that's
still
what
a guy.
I mean. That's where I'm getting Epstein vibes now, because
he kind of has those Epstein vibes, doesn't he? Like, yes, it's not really children by the time
it's not children
like,
per se.
Putting them on off OnlyFans, as far as we know. Yeah, it's like the Voss shit. That's a good point too. Like, it's just kind of like that vibe you get from these people who pretend to be alpha male, and it's like
here's the second video. Here, he says it again. His dad's in the
What's
CIA.
Worked for the CIA. He was a linguist.
A link?
My father worked for the CIA. He was a linguist.
A link? What's that?
A linguist. He spoke 5 languages. My father did.
Wow.
Now I'm doing more research on this fucker.
Worked for the CIA.
Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. Like maybe he just got his story straight. It would not surprise me if this guy's paid a lot of money to have a phenomenal publicist. Because if Andrew Tate is indeed an asset or an op, then like he has handlers every step of the way, which like we already know, we can already tell. That like, thank you again, Nicole. You're being so generous. but I'm losing my train of thought. But like he's so like I just think that there's so many steps of the way where
He's half UK, half American.
Everything is like massaged with his image. Everything is being like fucking kind of like. So I don't know whether I believe the story with his dad being someone like the CIA. That sounds like a story that he could just been fed to him and like he's just like internalized it, because it's definitely to me that he has no problem lying to himself. If somebody can sit there and be like, oh yeah, I was like bringing in women from across the country and like it wasn't a big deal and like I was totally paying them. Yeah, it was totally paying them. It was on the level and like they had every choice along the way while still saying that it wasn't freaking like prostitution and that he was like using the word pimp and still going to bed sleeping on night and there's fucking thousands upon thousands of pounds, thousands of dollars. I'm like, I am sure that this guy could fucking lie to your face about just about anything within like and have no problem with it. So like, yes, it's like it's very easy to believe that this guy has connections to the CIA. We can see how the CIA works with women trafficking to pursue their agenda and kind of like we understand how it fits with the like deep state and intelligence. But I also know that Andrew Tate is an enormous fucking liar and he'll do whatever it takes to just pursue money, you know, and if that's part of the image, whatever, that's like a whole conversation in itself. So that's kind of how I see it. I would have to look a little more deeper to see if he really is like CIA, if that even isn't easily accessible.
If you want to put on your tinfoil hat, you can, but here's another we're having a great night. God, thanks, guys. Again, Dr. Nick Rivera, $2 thanks to Cole. And thanks everyone
super
here.
Generous.
Yeah. He does specifically say at one point that there was no physical violence accused. Like he was not accused of physical violence. I'm not sure if you like remember that part of it.
Hey,
yeah,
no,
I do.
I certainly had some days less happy than others. Trafficking is when you convince a woman to do something she doesn't want to do for financial gain. And there's different methods you can do that. You can do that through force, and you can also do that through emotional coercion.
I think most people, just speaking from the American perspective, most people believe that human trafficking is effectively slavery, selling human beings.
That's what I believe as well. Absolutely. And this is the thing that's so interesting. When you finally end up the enemy of the Matrix.
See, this is the mental gymnastics.
As a weapon to punish.
This is the mental gymnastics. This is what I was saying, where he like tells himself what his own definition of what prostitution is, so he can like go to sleep at night and like pay these women next to nothing to get them to work for him. So like he'll have a woman make fucking $250,000 for him in a month, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, here's $15 an hour," and sometimes convince himself.
Less than that sometimes. Listen, look, like. Together with the defendants Lana Radu and George by exerting physical violence and psychological coercion resulting from actions of intimidation, surveillance, control, invoking false debts, and they provided shelter.
This is with multiple women. This isn't one woman. Multiple women have the same kind of thing.
He transported her from the UK together with the aim of sexually exploiting her and forcing her to engage in pornographic activities.
Yeah, and they were all like this, where it was all the kind of thing where he said the lover boy thing, but that's actually the definition of a con man. Where you get like a woman to fall in love with you, and with the assumption that they're going to be a couple or there's like love there, and then you use it for financial gain, and then keep them in your employ and steal money from them. That's like not a love relationship. That's like a financial relationship. That's like a con.
Well, let's listen to Andrew Tate's
He has this on his website. You can go on that Cobra Tate website.
Is this your PhD program?
PhD program.
Can I talk a little bit about that?
So yeah, on CobraTate.com I have my PhD program, and that is PhD is pimpin' hose. Get them.
Clever.
That teaches basically how I got girls, how I met girls, how I got girls to like me, how I got girls to fall in love with me to work on webcam for me. Because that's what I did. That was my MO, was find girls, make them love me, and make them work for me. And that's how I got rich. So that teaches everything I know from start to finish about not only getting girls, not only obtaining them, but retaining them. Because that's a completely different game as well. So I teach everything I know in there.
Is this your PhD program?
PhD program.
That's right.
That's on CobraTake.com. I'll fucking plug him. You guys go and look at his fucking alpha
Just
male.
type it in the chat. Just type it in the chat. Let's see a little bit of Andrew Tate's
Also, an OnlyFans business. For the last 2 to 3 years, I've made
exclusive, brought to you by Heidi Brones. God bless his account. It'd be a shame if Andrew Tate's OnlyFans course was posted on Twitter. That webcam stuff is irrelevant. Too old.
Fans from its inception all the way up till now. And the reason I started this course is because a lot of people have been asking me, Tate, how do you get girls to work for your OnlyFans? Why would a girl work for you and not decide to do it by themselves? So we're going to handle all these issues. I'm going to tell you exactly how you as a man can make money with OnlyFans. Because these girls are making millions and millions of dollars. It's absolutely crazy. So there's going to be a few different scenarios. How do you make a girlfriend work on OnlyFans? What if you don't have a girl, want to get fresh girls to work on OnlyFans, etc., etc. We're going to handle them all. First things first. The reason women need a man to do OnlyFans is the same reason a woman need a man to do anything.
This sounds like Pimpin' 101, is it not?
Dude, it's yeah.
This is not Pimpin' 101.
Not only that, but like the fact that like he's so misogynist, he's such a fucking asshole. Like, why wouldn't anybody?
That's the size of point. Like he's a parody.
Why
of
fucking
himself.
like punch him in the face? Like, dude, you can't just like. You're not supposed to just.
Well, that's
talk
why you gotta
about it.
laugh. He's funny. I think. I think. It's
I mean,
funny.
and maybe that's why people think he's freaking like an up because he's a caricature.
That's why I think he's.
Like,
Yeah, I think he's a character. That's why I think he's placed here. I mean, but like that's my tinfoil hat. So I don't know how much you want to like play this. I don't know how much you want to learn to be.
So OnlyFans is the greatest hustle.
It's just
in the
like
world.
he's putting the words out. It's just,
Absolutely free content, photos which you produce for free that you can sell at a premium in real time to anyone all around the world. And all you need to do to get started is get a phone. It's like the best business ever. If men had a chance at a business like this, it would be incredible, but most men don't. If you're a man who wants to start a business, you have to go find product, buy product, get a warehouse, pay tax, start a website, try and sell some with a small margin, pay your taxes, all this garbage. Women don't have to do that. Women have to go snap money. But women are so lazy and so incompetent, they still, even with the greatest hustle in the world, can't fathom out how to make money. Whereas I can come along and say, look, do this, do this, do this, and they'll obey my instructions, and they'll become good. If you bought this, you already know my credentials. But if you don't know my credentials, you can see here 2 screenshots of some of the girls who work for me. My girls.
so I guess pause it for 1 second. I just like, okay, what I think is kind of people are missing about this or are willing to try to kind of like compartmentalize is this is what a digital pimp looks like. Okay? This is like kind of what will lead into the next segment actually is like I want us to kind of recognize that we're kind of entering a new paradigm where like commoditization is entering this kind of digital realm, and people who are doing
OnlyFans
things like
is definitely a problem, and like not the same way that people.
But like that's like, but beyond that, this guy is a pimp, and whether he's like walking down like a fucking dirty sidewalk and fucking keeping people in an apartment, or he's forcing them to go in front of fucking cell phones, he's still doing the same thing. Okay, and we as like intelligent people who are kind of aware of the technocracy and see how things are going, we need to pay attention to how somebody is exploiting, how like there hasn't been any brakes put on this kind of system yet. And while you may look at this and think that, well, it's not in the law rule books, or maybe he'll set some precedent, or maybe it's not like the law is established as well as it should be read. This is digital pimping. Like, I don't see how you could look at this another way as like he's basically spelling out how to be a pimp, just using it with a cell phone instead of fucking like going out and doing it in real life. So
Yeah,
I mean,
this is some of the points here.
Andrew Tate's a piece of shit, and he's trying to normalize a really fucked up masculinity in my country. Think of me as like a white blood cell, like an immune system. All right? And so if I can move the needle in any way I can, I will. Because I saw like Little League kids saying they're heroes, Andrew Tate and all this shit. I'm about to play you guys a video. So skip ahead. If you don't want to watch this, which I recommend, just skip ahead 5 minutes from now and it'll be over. All right? This is Andrew Tate. And remember this, every time someone fucking promotes this guy, and I did not know this about him, this is him handling one of his whores for money, all right? Do not normalize this in America. Our country is better than this. This guy is, and he brags about this. He doesn't feel bad about it. He doesn't apologize. He doesn't say this is bad behavior. He says that this is good, okay? Let's watch this video and fucking justify this to my face, asshole. Okay, here we go.
Don't say English, proper English, no Slovak bull. Say it to the camera.
You beat me when I don't listen.
That's all I said, say it. I said, tell the camera, I beat you if you don't do as I say. I didn't say the word listen. Did I say the word listen? Did I say the word listen?
Okay, we're going to continue here. So bear in mind what just happened. He said, in your Slovak bullshit language, this is a young girl. Oh, the bullshit conservatives are going to go, well, she's of age. Guys, they're fucking disgusting, all right? So he's breaking a whore right here. This is pimp tactics.
Yeah.
He's getting them on such eggshells that they will.
This is 101 pimping. 101 pimping.
He's breaking these women. He's turning them into fucking sexy.
Evacuate and do exactly what he says. You can call it a fetish all you want. It's not a fucking fetish. It's how you break a whore. This is a whore who works under him for money, all right? And he beats her, and then he gets her down, and he beats her with a belt, okay?
I didn't say the word listen. Did I say listen? Did I say listen? No. Look at the camera. Did I say listen? Did I say...
This motherfucker's going on Tucker Carlson, all right?
Did I say it? No. Did I say it?
All right, so now she's crying. He's beating her with a belt. He did this with other men in the room. He videotaped it, and then he broadcasted it and told that's how you handle your horse.
If you need any more evidence, I don't know what.
Yeah, like exactly. So I think that's is that the same video? Yeah, I guess it's the same video, but yeah, you can see like and there's probably tons of that shit. So the idea that like
there's a lot.
This is why. Why? Being with what? With what?
You have
A belt because you're a jerk. Show me the bruises. 1.
just amazing.
2. 3. Oh, baby. Oh, poor thing. I have an idea. Some ideas? You want some ideas? That's right, lock the door, you knew I was going to beat the out of you. If you behaved, I wouldn't have to hit you, would I? You don't. Get out. You can't stay in there forever.
Fucking awful movie.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the point where he actually like says like that line.
A very logical conversation is said, we're two military-aged men in very good physical condition. If we die of this, the world's over. They can kill us. It's zombie apocalypse.
It's like, no,
so why are we going to live in fear? So we found the only 2 countries that were open, which were Sweden and Belarus. We had just been to Belarus. This is before the Ukraine war. We'd just been there.
I mean, and that's kind of like the theme is like people make up problems to kind of pretend we're like, oh, we're just living in this like weird thing called the Matrix, where like that's where all our problems are, and if we just like woke up to it, everything would be better, instead of being like addressing what the real problem is. You know, like this unserious people meant to kind of funnel your emotions and your output into this like really negative environment where it's going to just die and end up hating women and being a wife beater.
You're still a human
trafficker. But forced, what does that consist of? Forcing someone to do something? Are they accusing you of using violence or?
No, they're accusing me, and the thing, they're accusing me of
no violence. So Tucker Carlson got gaslit. He got lied to.
using the lover boy method, coercing them by being nice.
And by the way, these charges presumably are public, so...
They're public, and this is extremely serious, but if you actually analyze the overall case against me, they're saying that Andrew and his brother, by being nice men, convinced girls to have TikTok accounts.
Did any of that...
Like, he'll definitely end up going to jail again.
He's going to jail. Like, every like criminal lawyer like, I watch on YouTube, he's like, these charges are sealed tight.
It's just unfortunate
he's on Tate admitting it, dude. You can't get any
look
worse.
up to this guy. How do we end up in a situation?
I think the CIA puts him here, and that's my opinion.
You think he just artificially got elevated? You don't think he just had like?
Well, all these people. What do you think Jim Morrison was, dude?
You don't think it's just like an aesthetic? Like
I plan on like eventually doing like a video on like doing like exposing kind of like a lot of the 60s like stars like Frank Zappa and Jim Morrison. Like Jim Morrison, for instance, like if you read his autobiography, like he has no experience in music whatsoever. Like the most he's done was like a couple of like writings, right? He finds Ray at his film college and just starts a band with a bunch of Ray's pretty much the only one who knows what he's doing. Jim never writing songs ever, right, in his entire life.
Never
By the
should have been
way,
a rock star.
His dad was in the ship of the Gulf of Tonkin shooting.
That's crazy.